Exciting news for anybody that did not see today's Isaac episode. I mean, dunka 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 dunkity dunk 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 dunkity dunkity dunk. So what changed? Tainted Lazarus Hush. We just did it, man. We freaking did it. So what are we gonna do today? We're gonna continue to work on these challenges. We're on Isaac's Awakening right now. You sound like Jack Nicholson out of breath when you try to do the robot voice. I don't want to hurt you. I just want to breathe in some oxygen. Okay, it's not good. It's not a good bit. You get a Pog unlock for this? Oh, baby. I'm happy to hear it. How does it feel to play a character with no gimmicks? Honestly, it feels super weird. Like, just to be straight up with you. I didn't think it would psychologically impact me that much. But playing as a character that is not chased every 5 seconds, or alternatively, flips every wave, alternatively, is bad as a joke, alternatively, can't pick up any items. The only items you can pick up come from putting 8 consumables into your bag. Like, it feels weird and also feels like insanely easy. Like, this is a challenge to begin with. But, I mean, whether or not it's challenging remains to be seen. But more than anything else, I'm just like, it just feels like I will never lose an Isaac run ever again. Which is obviously foolhardy. That can't possibly be true. However, right now, it feels real. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I'll try to get the 100% achievement on this save file for sure. I don't know what else we've got from Afterbirth Plus. Might be some challenges I never did from Afterbirth Plus on this save file. What a shot, man. But either way, we're closing in on the truly difficult stuff being done. Let's go angel deals, man. I feel like we got some cool angel items. You got hit twice, why are you not dead? I know, right? It doesn't feel right to not be so beholden. If you'll excuse me, going down here. Yeah, all the post-it notes are done. We're getting close, man. It feels like I really do feel almost a little bit like Alexander wept for there were no more worlds to conquer. It should be on the downhill now. Like, I know that Hot Potato was really tough. Corey is like, when Repentance came out, he was like, you're gonna hate Hot Potato. I believe that that's true. But also, I think Corey rage quit the game before he played as too many Tainted Lazarus, Tainted Jacob, Tainted Lost runs. So I'm inclined to believe that the Hot Potato might be tough by challenge standards, but I don't know if it's tough by, killing, beating the entire run standards or the entire posted standards. Don't worry about the knife piece. I feel like I gotta let you know. You literally can't go down without the knife. Like, they will not give you the opportunity to go down without the knife. They built in a little bit of kid gloves, which I appreciate as somebody who's gone in the wrong direction a lot. Hot Potato sucks, but nothing's like Tainted Laz. I was laughing when Dan was trying to do Isaac coaching with Cobalt today, and he was like, we're gonna start as Tainted Lazarus. Because I know what's going on in his head. He's like, I've watched this guy. I know NL's been struggling with Tainted Lazarus. Wouldn't it be like a flex if I just like popped in and like was awesome with him or something like that? And I'm like, you're in for a world of hurt, man. This is, I can't blame you for trying, but I don't think if you're getting Isaac lessons, I don't think you want to start with Tainted Lazarus. He's just busted beyond belief. Trade offer. Yeah, I had to record some, so I didn't see his speedrun versus Cobalt, but I got some tips. Honestly, this is like, that's a gimme in my world. I got some tips from watching Dan and Cobalt. Like Cobalt, he was talking about how you, the best way to maximize your chances of doing well on a speed run is like never reroll an item room. It's actually better in his mind, and I believe him, is better to leave an item room and save your reroll for pools that are higher yield. I was like, man, this guy's like he's a genius. He's the master of racing. I was PeopOGing. Now, Dan hasn't enabled PeopOG in his chat, but I was PeopOGing. I was like, I always go back for the item room, even if it's trash. This is a room, use some range to your advantage. Please. Thank you. Yeah, I never thought, I think I always thought, like, oh, you reroll the item pool because you can get, like, Mom's Knife in it. But Cobalt's idea of, like, oh, you never re-roll the item pool unless you got no other options, because it has every item in the game in it, more or less, so you're much more likely to re-roll into pure garbage. I'm like, yeah, that seems fair. Seems totally fair. Let me out. By the way, I gotta tell you, while we're in the banter section here, I got Dose 2 on Friday, and I am feeling good, man. I feel very blessed. On Friday night, I was a little lethargic. That's about it. And to be honest with you, on Friday night, I'm kind of like usually lethargic. I'm tired to begin with, you know? This button doesn't button itself. And then the only like real side effect that I felt like I had was I apologize if you're gonna watch tomorrow's Isaac episode, because I use this exact like analogy, but when I showered on Friday night, it really did feel like when you get into a hot tub in the wintertime, like I was freezing cold, and then when the water hit me, it was like juice from the sun. It was like pure solar energy, like burning my skin. But that was, you know, that was for like 5 minutes, and I was kind of like, ooh, it's nice. You get a little cold, little hot. And then Saturday, Sunday, like I was good, man. I expected that, like we planned for Kate to just, you know, be in charge of everything this weekend. I'll just chill on the couch, play Mario Kart, and watch that new Bruce Willis movie, Cosmic Sin, and then felt good. Took the kid to activity gym, went for some walks, did some cooking. Like, I was set. So if anybody is like, you know, I'm at the point where I assume, you know, if you're vaccine hesitant, you already know my opinion on that. And I think that you're an idiot, quite frankly. But simultaneously, if you're awaiting your vaccine appointment, but you're dreading the fact that a lot of people seem to have bad second side effects from the dose, or bad side effects from the second dose, I can't in good consciousness say that you're not going to have side effects, but what I can say is that you might not. I didn't really. So you might get lucky. First dose was worse for me, for sure. And even then, the first dose I got, I would say I got like 3 out of 10 sick for 2 days. I got a C. The Fool? What does this do? Oh, it doesn't, no, I was thinking of the stars. The stars purges, excuse me, cat. What are you doing there? Just using your tail to hit my empty Sparkmouth sparkling water cans? You have a problem? Is there... I know you've got control of this. This is not a mindless automaton. What, do you want attention? We're beefing now. Water, got water with a little bit of culture. I'm looking good. I'm feeling myself. It's tickling my throat. Watch out, I might tickle your man's throat. Hold on, I did watch a few people sent me that on TikTok, and I was like, this guy, he's very funny. Undo the top button? Never. I never will. Got water with a little bit of culture. Anyway, so I'm feeling good, man. That's all I got, though. Like, that's banter-wise, like, that's about it. I planned for a banterless weekend, and I got one accidentally. There's a weird rock with an X on it. Rock with a little bit of culture. Make any good meals this weekend? I will say, I actually did on Friday, or on Saturday, I got some Brussels sprouts. Okay, I got some Brussels sprouts. I said, I'm a big fan. It might be my favorite side dish. Slice the Brussels sprouts in half. Generous amount of olive oil, medium-high heat. Once the oil starts to shimmer, you put them in cut side down. 3 minutes, you're gonna flip them over one by one. They're gonna be a little charred. You're gonna let them cook for 3 minutes on the other side. Absolutely beautiful. Take me down, take me down. And then I thought, what am I gonna have on the other, what am I gonna have as like a main dish here? Ryan charred it. I get it. And I got some bone-in pork chops. Then I thought to myself, you know what? I got all this panko, the breadcrumbs left over. So I deboned the pork and made like a pork tonkatsu with panko and parmesan and garlic salt, and it turned out delicious. It turned out fantastic. I enjoyed it immensely. Yeah, a little egg wash. It was like the greatest flattery that I've ever gotten from my wife. She took like one bite of my Canadian-style tonkatsu and said, oh yeah, I need some rice with this. And I was like, that's like the greatest possible compliment you could give. It's like, this is such a reasonable facsimile of the real thing that I gotta get the traditional side. Yoink. I forgot you could pick up the stuff with the sword. Ooh, baby, you're making me crazy every time I look around. It's actually a terrible time to get red stew, because we're gonna have to do the, well, that went pretty well. But we're gonna have to do the knife piece, which is gonna lose like all the damage, but so be it. It's tough. I mean, those are both pretty good. Thoughts on the two types of people at a store asking questions? Oh yeah, so there's a very viral post. I don't know where it's from. But there was a viral post that was like, there's two kinds of people at a store. I'm too shy to ask you this question. And then the alternative is, if you don't answer the question before I even ask it, I'm going to make your life a living hell. Here's the thing. I've started pushing back. You do have to do the knife piece. I know you're like, you don't have to do it. The door opens, you still need it. I promise you, just try. Because I did this morning and I lost. I went through this already, okay? Trust me, you're in good hands right now. I did see that there were people, the reply to that post was like, this is just two groups of people. Those who have worked retail and those who have not worked retail. And I'm starting to push back. I can't say that I am a friend and ally to the retail workers, because that's for them to decide. But in my head, I want to be. I am a good customer. I'm polite. I don't cause problems. But the retail workers, you got to stop being like anybody that hasn't worked retail is by definition a bad customer. You don't have to do 6 months in the Old Navy mines in order to be a conscientious and polite human being. Simultaneously, working retail doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be polite to all retail workers. You may become one of those people who's like, I had to suffer, so now you have to suffer as well. Nobody helped me when I was working the McDonald's drive-thru, and as a result, now you're all going to pay. Can we make it here? Just give me a second. Beautiful, beautiful throw. I made a reply to the tweet that many people are calling one of the most plus twoable moments of the season. The reply is actually just two kinds of people, like polite and empathetic people, and then people who are not. I worry for anybody that has to work retail in order to treat other people with respect. I'm sorry. Am I the asshole? Maybe. Everybody sucks here? I don't think so. Plus 23. Thanks, Jim Carrey. Appreciate it. Okay, now get to the exit. Plus two. Get to the, come on, my damage. Judge. I was in the knife piece. Oh, there it goes. It's gone. Oh well, it's fine. I tried to bait you with the receipt thing, and I'm sorry. No, that's you, because I understood that you were making a joke. You do not need to apologize if your tweet is the one I'm thinking of, and you also replied to the receipt tweet last week as a grocery clerk. You are adept enough at communication that your tweet did not rankle me. I was like, this person is making a joke, and I get it. Some people are like, go die. And then you're like, I was joking. And they're like, oh, me too. And you're like, I don't think that they were joking. I think that they... I mean, I said I don't want my receipt. And then you sent me a picture of Mao Zedong laughing. And I was like, what the... Okay, that didn't actually happen. But anyway, long story short, yeah, you can be polite. Help me. To grocery store clerks without having worked retail, for sure. That's, I mean, I feel like that's apparent. I'm excited to hear Malf talk about his revolutionary shopping cart return system, by the way. But I love the idea of Larry David having a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. Did I say the word right? It felt wrong coming out. Of Larry David having a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where he owns a restaurant and somebody gives him a 3 on Yelp. And then he starts to, we're going to make our own Yelp for restaurant owners where we review you. And in my head, I'm just picturing like, you know, somebody dressed like a real piece of garbage, you know, slick back blonde hair, tight white jeans. Sloppy steaks at Trifoni's. Sure, Broken Modem's a good play. You're absolutely right. And then they're like, table for 2. And then you're like, I'm sorry, sir. We only allow people with a 3.5 out of 5 minimum on customer Yelp to come into the restaurant. Oh, and they get refused entry. Oh, man. I know I'm fucking sick, man. I'm twisted. Because in my head, I'm like, that. I just keep reliving that moment in my head, being like, yeah, fuck you. You asshole. This person that doesn't even exist, like, yeah, that's what you get. Piece of garbage. Oh, man. Anyway, I'm sure, again... People always use it as an argument, like, they did that on Black Mirror episode. Yeah, but what if, I mean, that's fiction. What if we just did it in reality, but we did it, like, without any of the negative consequences? Duh. It's just that easy. Then Larry would find out he's got a bad rating. Yeah, he goes out to eat in like Richard Lewis's. Everybody on that show owns restaurants. He goes out to eat in Richard Lewis's restaurant. Richard Lewis gives him a 1-star because he, you know, refused to donate a kidney to him or something. He goes, Mocha Joe, Mocha Joe! It's a non-fungible review, Mocha Joe! This is a... Okay. Good. Yeah, that would be a good episode. Just make it now. Hey, whoa. This run, by the way, is it good? Yeah, it's pretty good. Does it beat Ubermom? I'm optimistic. But unconvinced. Nobody knows what any of these items do, so we leave them behind. That was a good Larry David. I think I do a pretty good Larry David impression. I also definitely feel like I embody Larry David's energy to a certain extent. That's probably because I grew up watching Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Don't forget, you can spin on those. But whenever people like watch the show and they're like, wow, I like the show, but Larry's such an asshole. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize it's illegal to be right all the time. So maybe there's something wrong with me, man. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Twins is too small incubus. Wow. How about that? You know, we'll remember that for the future. Cut to 10 runs from now when I see it again and I say, nobody knows what this does, and then just ignore it again. Larry stealing the flowers from the roadside memorial was the only bad thing he did. Larry's done some not great stuff. Some of the stuff he's done is not great. I'm trying to think. He is right some of the time. There's like 2 classic Curb moments where I'm like, Larry was 100% right in these situations and we should change society as a result. One of them is, instead of having 2 cash register lines or like 10 cash register lines, where there could be differing speeds between cashiers, and there should be, or there could be, you know, somebody's got 20 items, somebody's got 15 items, somebody's got 2 items. There should be one common line, like they do with the Whole Foods, and then everybody waits in the line, and then the cashiers, when they're ready, go bing bong, register 18, and then you go to register 18. That way you're not getting stuck behind. Maybe you get a slow line, maybe you get a fast line. Who needs it, okay? So they do this in some places now. The other thing is, and this is the deli bit all over again, there's a social limit, if not a legal limit, to the number of free samples you can get at a deli or a Pinkberry, frozen yogurt, ice cream, etc., etc. They might not tell you not to get more, or that you're not allowed to get more, but if there's people behind you, there should be like I would say a 2 free sample limit. I'm willing to debate, okay? Bloodshot Eye, how about that? Maybe some people are going to be like 1. Maybe some people are going to be like 3. I think 1 is a good number because you get to test something and be like, do I think that the other thing I would get would be better or worse than this? I feel like when you start to introduce more than that, you get paralyzed through analysis, right? You start to be like, well, should I get the hazelnut or the buttercream, or maybe I could get something completely different? Like, I think at that point you're maybe introducing too many potential variables into it. We're not free. But definitely no more than 3. And I think you should be able to be like, you know, knock that off. You can always tell who the badly behaved are, too, because anytime you suggest this, they're like, oh, thank God, NL. Thank God for you thinking of the corporations. Thank God for you thinking of the Costco. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm just trying to get my pig in a blanket and get the hell out of here. What the heck is that? Did you see that cursed texture? Is that normal? Oh, maybe broken modem screwed it up? Thank God for you, Peter. By the way, apropos of nothing at all, definitely not the fact that I already told you I did a run earlier today and I lost. Very glad that we fought this boss instead of the boss that turns into Contra. Because, just spitballing here, hypothetically, this challenge run, I imagine that it wouldn't be very good against the elbow boss. I might prognosticate that you might have a very, very difficult time hitting the third phase of the boss in that situation. Hypothetically, just spitballing, mentally speaking. Hypothetically speaking, of course, suppose that... Oh, dude, this is easy money. Yoink. Look at that. Oh, so smooth. Anyway, and Larry's been in the right a few times before, for sure. He's been in the wrong now and then. It really highlights how different the problems are for, you know, in the life of a someone with like a 9-digit net worth in their 70s versus like the average person on planet Earth, though, when they're like going to their private vacation flying via a chartered jet, and the people are like, I'm not gonna tell you my weight, Larry, to get on this private plane. And you're like, come on, Susie, just tell you're flying on a private airplane to a beautiful resort. Come on. Just tell him your weight. I've seen the episode where he takes an escort to the baseball game. Oh, snap. Larry showed up at the baseball game. Oh, snap. Everybody already knows this, I'm sure, but it's such an incredible it's such an incredible story that if you don't know it, if even one person doesn't know it, it's worth sharing again. Did you know that that episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm exonerated an innocent man from the charge of murder that was placed against him? Is actually crazy. So in the episode, Larry David picks up an escort so that he can use the carpool lane to get to get through traffic faster. You know, that's our Larry. Then he goes to the Dodgers game with the escort. So they filmed it at an actual Los Angeles Dodgers game. They got shots of the crowd and stuff like that. That very same night, like within the same time frame of the game basically ending, or maybe it was like in its 6th or 7th inning or something like that, there was a murder in Los Angeles, and this innocent man got accused of it based on, I don't know, some kind of like circumstantial evidence, obviously. Later, they found out that his alibi was that he was at the Los Angeles Dodgers game, so he couldn't have possibly done it. And the way that they proved it was they found him in the background footage from Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is actually like an unbelievable story. Okay, great start. Also, by the way, both the luckiest and unluckiest man of all time. Very unlucky to be accused of a murder that he played no role in. Also, insanely lucky that he was in the background of the episode. It's like a combination, like, you're like, I've lost faith in a deity, but also I've gained faith in the higher power. No, come on, man. Come on, now. Oh, Joby. I don't even know how you get through this part. Like, do you gotta kill them all? Or, like, what even happened? You just wait for that to happen? I've never seen that phase. You know what would really suck hypothetically, and I'm not just saying this like based on the fact that maybe it happened today. Imagine how much it would suck if you not only saw that phase, but then also had to deal with the Pong phase afterwards. Where he summons like a little ball and is almost impossible to not get hit by the ball. Imagine if you had to deal with like both of the phases in the same boss fight. Like, that would be super annoying. You got to be careful on your swings here because there's some knockback. Trinity Shield, baby. Trinity Shield, baby. Just dodge. Just dodge. Don't get in your head. Right? There's your knockback. Yo, I don't know. It was one of the... Oh, I'm not at full HP anymore. Thank you. Don't give Ed any ideas. He already had this one, I promise you. Broken Modem is crushing, man. Do I have... I had something that generated... Oh, it's Old Bandage. That's what generated the heart for us. Saved? I got twisted up there, man. I'm not gonna deny it. Broken Modem got me sweating. One more hit to a hearts. Not a great place to stand. What the? Is this allowed? Old Bandage. Quite helpful. Quite helpful. Broken Modem. Old Bandage. Get crushed. Get owned. You stink. Yo, stink. Okay, there's one challenge in the books. Dude, easy enough. Look at that. Spirit Sword has appeared in the basement. / marker. Isaac's Awakening.